Hello, my little friend. Today, we are going to travel with you to a very special and magical story. If you're ready, here we go. In the most beautiful part of the lush forest, among the trees that turn blue in the morning, lived a tiny rabbit, and this bunny's name was Cookie. It had white feathers, a pink nose, and gray ear tips. He was cute and very curious. His favorite thing to do was to jump among the blue flowers at first light. This magical and wonderful forest where Cookie lived was called the Blue Forest. The Blue Forest is famous for the trees that turn blue in the morning when the sun rises. Cookie excitedly walked and danced among the blue trees. But one morning, there was silence. The trees had not turned blue. It was the first time Cookie had ever seen anything like it. What happened here? Where did the blue trees go? Asked Cookie, surprised. A distant voice in the distance said, "Rainbow Heart has disappeared." Cookie was a little scared when he heard this, because it was the first time Cookie had ever encountered such an event. Cookie immediately ran to her best friend, Mino the squirrel, to tell him what had happened. When Mino saw Cookie so excited and surprised, he immediately said, "Take a breath. Calm down." And then, "What happened, Cookie? What's wrong? Are you okay?" asked Minnow. Cookie said, "The forest trees didn't turn blue today. Everything is so different. I'm scared." "Okay, Cookie, calm down. I'm here. Let's look together," Minnow replied. And Cookie asked the question, "Minnow, my friend, why is the forest so quiet?" Minnow replied, "Without the rainbow heart, the forest will not smile and the trees will not turn blue." Cookie was surprised to hear this answer. Now he had only one thought and one goal. He would find her rainbow heart. Cookie turned to Minnow and said these words, "Let's find the rainbow heart now and save our blue forest. Minnow and Cookie are off on an adventure. Let's see what will happen to them on this adventure." Minnow and Cookie were driving down the road when they had an idea. There was a wise turtle who lived in the jungle. Her name was Tammy. Minnow and Cookie decided to go to Tammy the wise turtle. "Only Tammy knows what this problem is and how to solve it," they said among themselves. After a long drive, Minnow and Cookie arrived at Tammy's house. Cookie and Minnow told Tammy everything that happened. Tammy listened sadly to what had happened and then looked at the glowing map, and Tammy said, "The rainbow heart was cut into 3 pieces and distributed in 3 places. First place is Sleepy Waterfall. Second place is Silver Hills. And the third place is the Whispering Cave," Tammy explained. Cookie said in an adventurous and excited voice, "Come on, Mino, let's find the rainbow heart together." Cookie and Mino arrived at their first stop, Sleepy Waterfall. The sound of the waterfall was normally calming, but this time it whispered a riddle. The more you give, the more you get. "What is this?" asked Sleepy Waterfall. Cookie and Mino did some thinking, and they found the answer. "Love," they answered in a loud voice. At first, Sleepy Waterfall did not react at all. Then, all of a sudden, a light came from Sleepy Waterfall and the first heart fragment appeared. Cookie and Mino set off for the Silver Hills. By the time they reached the Silver Hills, the sky had darkened and the wind had picked up. Mino was a little scared, but Cookie encouraged them, and they kept moving forward. Cookie turned to Mino and said, "We are together. We can do it," and encouraged Mino. When they reached the top, they found another piece of a rainbow heart. But when they got the piece, they were confronted by the guardian of the Silver Hills. The guard asked them this question: "What makes you happiest?" Mino and Cookie were surprised by this question, but they thought about it for a while, and they found the answer. The answer was, "The times I spend with my friend make me happy." The guard looked at them. After a moment's thought, he replied, "Yes, you are correct. You can have the rainbow heart piece." Mino and Cookie had successfully passed the Silver Hills. They set off for the next place, the Whispering Cave. They reached their final destination, the Whispering Cave, after a long journey. When they arrived in front of the Whispering Cave, they stopped for a while and examined the cave. From the outside, it was a cave full of whispers, dark and a bit creepy and scary. Mino and Cookie held hands and stepped into the Whispering Cave. "Are these noises real?" Mino asked Cookie. "We just listened to each other and our heart," Cookie said. The whispers grew louder with every step they took. But Mino and Cookie listened to their hearts and each other. They traveled various paths and solved riddles. They finally managed to silence the restricted. Now they had the third and final piece. They stepped outside the Whispering Cave and took a deep breath. They learned that a special wish is needed to put the pieces together. Cookie looked up to the sky and spoke her heart's wish. "Let the forest smile again, because sharing and friendship are beautiful," said Cookie. With this wish, the rainbow heart merged and the blue forest began to glow. Trees turned blue, flowers danced, birds sang. The blue forest is back to its cheerful days. It was like being born again. They looked at each other and said, "We did it," in a happy and loud voice. Cookie and Mino locked eyes, and together they became heroes of the forest. The forest is no longer just beautiful, but also full of friendship. And remember this, my little friend, hearts that grow with love illuminate everywhere. See you in the next fairy tale, my little friend. Sleep well, sweet dreams.